अभी तो नापी है मुट्ठी भर जमी हमने, अभी तो सारा आसमान बाकी है। नमस्कार, good morning, सुप्रभात. It's a great privilege and an honor to welcome you all today in the two-day global conference on the IoT M2M ecosystem through standardized implementations, organized by Center for Development of Telematics in association with the Department of Telecommunications, Ministry of Communication, Government of India, and Telecommunications Standards Development Society, India, TSDSI. आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि कृपया अपने मोबाइल फोन्स साइलेंट मोड पर कर दें। थैंक यू वेरी मच। साथियों, कोविड ने कुछ और हमें सिखाया या नहीं सिखाया, हाइब्रिड मोड पर काम करना सिखाया है, और आज की जो हमारी वर्कशॉप है वो भी उसका एक अच्छा नमूना है, क्योंकि सचिव महोदय और सदस्य सेवाएं डॉक्टर महेश शुक्ल जी हमसे वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग के जरिए जुड़ेंगे। Respected Dr. Mahesh Shukla ji and Shri K. Rajaraman ji will be joining us through video conferencing. Respected Shri Sanjeev Agrawal ji, Member Technology, Digital Communications Commission, Ms. Pamela Kumar, DG TSDSI, Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay, Chief Executive Officer C. Dr. Pankaj Kumar Dalila, Director C. and Ms. Shikha Srivastava, Director C. Dignitaries from government sector, industry, academia, speakers, exhibitors, delegates and fellow C.ians. C. की तरफ से आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत है। हमारे आज के अतिथियों का पारंपरिक स्वागत करने के लिए मैं अनुरोध करूंगी कि पहले आप सभी मंच पर स्थान ग्रहण करें और हमारे सीईओ डॉक्टर राजकुमार उपाध्याय उनका स्वागत C. परंपरा के अनुसार करें। मिस पामेला। प्लीज। C. में हमारी परंपरा है कि हम अपने अतिथियों का स्वागत एक पौधा देकर करते हैं, ताकि पर्यावरण का संरक्षण हो सके और चारों तरफ हरियाली हो सके। और उसी का पालन करते हुए मैं डॉक्टर उपाध्याय से अनुरोध करूंगी कि आप सदस्य प्रौद्योगिकी का स्वागत करें। डॉक्टर उपाध्याय, आप मिस पामेला कुमार का भी स्वागत करें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। भारतीय परंपरा के अनुसार हम हर काम का शुभारंभ दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ करते हैं, क्योंकि चलना है हमें अंधकार से प्रकाश की तरफ, चलना है हमें असत्य से सत्य की तरफ, चलना है हमें अज्ञान से ज्ञान की तरफ। दीप प्रज्वलन के लिए मैं सभी महानुभावों को आमंत्रित करती हूँ। शुभम करोति कल्याणम आरोग्यम धन संपदा शत्रु बुद्धि विनाशाय दीप ज्योतिर्नमस्तुते। दीपो ज्योति परम ब्रह्म दीपो ज्योतिर्जनार्दना दीपो हरतु मे पापम दीप ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। जो शुभ करता है, आरोग्य रखता है, धन संपदा देता है और शत्रु बुद्धि का विनाश करता है, ऐसे दीप की रोशनी से हम सबका जीवन प्रकाशित होता रहे। यही कामना है कि हम सभी अज्ञान के अंधकार को छोड़कर ज्ञान की तरफ बढ़ें। थैंक यू वेरी मच। कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए डॉक्टर राजकुमार उपाध्याय, सीईओ, सेंटर फॉर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ टेलीमैटिक्स से अनुरोध है कि कृपया स्वागत भाषण के लिए पधारें डॉक्टर उपाध्याय।
Good morning, everyone. Respected Chairman DCC and Secretary Telecom, Shri K. Rajaramanji, Member Services, Digital Communication Commission, Dr. Mahesh Shuklaji, Member Technology, Digital Communication Commission, Shri Sanjeev Agrawalji, DG TSDSI, Pamela ji, Senior DG TEC, Shri Mittal Sahab, members of C.Dot Board, distinguished guests, dignitaries, and speakers, and ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to welcome our respected Secretary, Sir, Shri K. Rajaramanji, who is joining us virtually, and who has been a constant source of inspiration and a guiding force for C.Dot to scale newer heights. Thank you, sir, for agreeing to be part of this two-day conference. I would like to thank Dr. Mahesh Shukla, sir, Member Services, who has been always very supportive, very encouraging in all our endeavors. Welcome to you, sir. I would also like to extend a heartiest welcome to our Member Technology, Shri Sanjeev Agrawal, sir, who, in spite of his busy schedule, agreed to come and agreed to also join face-to-face here. I would also like to welcome Pamela ji, DG TSDSI, who has been a good support to us in all its standardization activities for C.Dot. I also would like to welcome all the guests, dignitaries, speakers, all of you who have joined us here in face-to-face, as well as who have joined us online. We all know that C.Dot has been striving in this particular sector for the last 38 years. We started our journey with RACS Max, and today we are quite diversified R&D center, developing almost all kind of technologies in the telecom and the security domain, be it optical, be it Wi-Fi, be it applications, be it 4G, 5G, TSOC, cyber security. I think you name it, we are there. We also very vigorously started IoT M2M journey, and we have proudly developed C.Dot Common Service Platform, which is one M2M standard based, which is a global standard as well as the national standard today in the country. And this particular seminar is primarily to look after this sector or promote this sector or bring a synergy in the sector in the IoT and M2M. Currently, there are 15 billion devices or IoT devices already connected globally, and the devices are growing at a rate of 18 to 20%. And in one of the estimates, it said that by 2025, the IoT devices will go 30 billion. So one is that the number is increasing, but why is that we should be concerned? Because now whatever IoT devices are getting connected in the network, they are connected in a non-standard manner, and therefore these raise number of issues related to interoperability, related to security, related to standardization. And if the number is less, you can control, you can have some mechanism. If the number is in billions, I think there should be a very, very standard mechanism to understand, to see that these devices which come into the network are properly functioning and don't become a rogue device. And this is very much important because the IoT devices are coming up in the various critical sectors like power, smart grid, your home, your you name it, or autonomous vehicles. So many sectors which are critical. Therefore, we should aim for standardization. What I mean by standardization means if we develop this sector in a synergistic way and connect these IoT devices as per the standards, the interoperability, the data sharing, the security on all these aspects will be taken care. So I am very hopeful that this particular seminar will help all the stakeholders to come together and work together towards developing a standard-based IoT ecosystem in our country. And the theme of this workshop is growth of the IoT M2M ecosystem through standardized implementation. And therefore, all of us, all the stakeholders should work together to see that in our country, because IoT is going to grow very rapidly along with the 5G. Therefore, we should aim for complete standardized development in our country. And I would also like to use this platform to say that CDOT has not only developed the common service platform, which actually seamlessly integrates all the applications and the devices. We have also set up a center of innovation here where we are promoting our startups. And I would urge all the startup community to join hands with CDOT in terms of making their applications M1, M2M compliant. And we are coming up with a scheme also very shortly, wherein we will, kind of some reward or cash reward or some funding will provide to see that these applications become M2M compliant. And once these all the different kind of applications and devices join hand with the CCSP in a standardized manner, I think the ecosystem will grow much better, much faster. And once it grows here, and you have the opportunity, all the startups will have the opportunity to go abroad also, because once it is standardized. So I wish all the attendees, all the stakeholders a very successful, very fruitful seminar, and hope that this seminar will lead us towards a very standardized development and orderly development of this sector. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के देश को आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनाने के स्वप्न, देश के हर शहर, हर कस्बे को स्मार्ट बनाने के स्वप्न, भारत को दूरसंचार के क्षेत्र में सर्वोत्कृष्ट बनाने के स्वप्न, और इस तरह देश के हर नागरिक तक दूरसंचार की ताकत पहुंचाने के स्वप्न को पूरा करने की दिशा में CDOT का एक मजबूत कदम है सेंटर ऑफ इनोवेशन। इसके बारे में और जानकारी देने के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी श्रीमती शिखा श्रीवास्तव, डायरेक्टर CDOT को, to talk about COI, a CDOT's initiative towards growth of IoT M2M ecosystem.
Shri K. Rajaramanji, Chairman DCC and Secretary Telecom, Government of India, Dr. Mahesh Shukla ji, Member S, DCC, Shri Sanjeev Agarwal ji, Member Technology, Department of Telecommunications, Government of India, Ms. Pamela Kumar, DG TSDSI, members of CDOT Board, distinguished guests, dignitaries, speakers, the CDOT family. Ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar, Suprabhat, Swagatam. We welcome you to the conference on growth of IoT M2M ecosystem through standardized implementations. As we know, IoT is one of the technologies that is going to be the dominant force in the industry 4.0. And as sir has explained, M2M ecosystem comprises of hundreds and thousands of sensors, M2M backend systems, M2M common service platform, and integrated command control systems. So these subsystems can talk to subsystems made by different vendors if they follow standards. So if we say standards is equal to interoperability, and that's what we have experienced in IT, That's what we have experienced in telecom. And now with the advent of M2M, I think the same rule has to apply there as well. CDOT has taken a lead in M2M standardization. One M2M is the global platform where 8 different telecom standardization bodies are contributing towards standardization in the area of M2M. And CDOT has played a very significant role in the standardization of M2M, not only internationally, but also nationally. So one M2M will enable us to interoperate. And if you are a vendor having an M2M solution, currently, if you are working only with your with the other parties who are working with you, then once you follow standards, you will be able to interwork with any vendor. CDOT has contributed around 440 contributions in one M2M release 2, 3, and 4. And it has participated in multiple interop events and developer events organized by one M2M. In the national standards, it has been contributing actively in TEC, BIS, TSDSI, and NITI Aayog. And it has authored the IoT system reference architecture in BIS. It is spreading awareness and knowledge on one M2M standards compliant application development by conducting workshops, conferences, and one M2M developer in events. And it has its own set of products, which include the Common Service Platform, CCSP, the SCEF, which is used for interfacing with 4G, 4G networks, as well as their own M2M applications. And now we are also going to work in the area of IoT security by setting up the National Trust Center. So these are some of the events which CDOT has hosted. And then we have worked together with the India-EU ICT standardization body for organizing various events. We have done successfully interoperability testing with many international companies like NTT, Docomo, LAS, CNRS, Interdigital, HPE, etc. at the international interoperability events held at South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. Not only that, we have also done a successful conformance testing of our products with HC. And CDOT has been part of the HC task force in 2021 and 2022 for development of the test specifications. So this is one of the recent events which we have participated in Korea, the one M2M interoperability event. And these are the organizations with whom we have already successfully interoperated. So CDOT has successfully contributed in one M2M, and we have many roles and positions in the standards bodies as well. CDOT products. And now I come to CDOT Center of Innovation. This is the latest in the series of things which CDOT has been doing in one M2M, in the area of M2M. So interested people can visit this website, coi.cdot.in. Now, what is the Center of Innovation meant for? Objectives are to promote, basically, CDOT has the objective of promoting the development and deployment of the national standards compliant solutions in the area of M2M. So in that line, we are trying to educate people, organizations, startups, how to make their solutions M2M standards compliant. We want to create an ecosystem of indigenous solution developers and system integrators in this area. And we also provide an easy-to-use facility for testing their solutions in M2M. And we want to create a synergy among the M2M IoT industry for capacity building. So basically, we will be selecting the organizations who apply for this COI. We will provide them technical assistance towards integration and testing their solutions with our common standard, common service platform, and make their solutions compliant to a national standard. And we provide certificate to such parties. And also we are looking forward to collaborate with them. So these are the proposed verticals. And these are the areas of applications which are of startups who have already registered on COI. So the onboarding process is very simple. You can visit the site and register your organization. There's a screening committee to select, and on acceptance, you can do the testing, and a report has to be submitted to the screening committee. After successful integration, a certificate is to be given, will be given to the organization. They will be listed on CDOT website, and they can also join a consortium with CDOT for commercial deployments together with CDOT. I hope, also I would like to mention a very recent initiative, which is the Vodafone Idea CDOT IoT Lab. I take immense pleasure to share with you that CDOT and Vodafone Idea have signed a strategic partnership to test and certify standardized and one M2M and GSMA compliant IoT solution in a lab. This will help our joint vision of enabling IoT adoption in India by developing scalable and business impacting IoT use cases. Mr. Amit Satpathy from Vodafone Idea will speak more about IoT Lab in his talk. We are ready to work together with other organizations and startups so as to make state-of-the-art IoT M2M ecosystem in the country. I wish all the attendees an enriching experience in this seminar. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam, for highlighting CDOT's achievements and efforts in the field of M2M and IoT ecosystem. We all know that non-standardized proprietary solutions in any field can lock them into proprietary ecosystems. And TSDSI has been playing a tremendous role in developing, promoting, and standardizing India-specific telecom, ICT requirements and solutions. TSDSI is taking Indian requirements to global standards organizations and helping create standards-based manufacturing expertise in the country. TSDSI is also providing guidance and leadership to developers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Pamela Kumar, Director General TSDSI, to throw light on the role of TSDSI in the growth of IoT M2M in India. Ms. Pamela Kumar.
Thank you very much. And good morning to all of you, all the dignitaries from DOT, Mr. Agarwal here, and others on online. And I also see Mr. Toshniwal and I see our friend Dinesh Chandra here. So I think we have a really interesting audience here and an interesting day ahead of us. So for me, it's a great pleasure always to come to CDOT and talk. And when I come here, I really talk from my heart. I don't want to take an officious position. I will share I will share with you the data of what's happening in TSDSI, but more than that, I would like to share with you my personal insights and observations that I have towards IoT and where it is headed. So I would like to share with you some key points here. What is this IoT M2M opportunity? Why are standards important? The role of TSDSI in IoT M2M standards and the opportunity for CDOT. So let's step back a little and look at this entire journey that we're talking, the digital transformation, the Atmanirbhar, and so what's really happening here, right? And this is what motivates me every day. I believe that on this planet, we have about 8 billion people. About 1.5 billion of these are what we call living in the developed economies. They have a lifestyle which the remaining 6 billion or so are aspiring to have, right? The same level of education, the living standards, and that's where technology plays a role. For everybody who's an engineer today, this is what motivates us every day to improve the quality of life, to bridge the digital divide, not the digital divide, but the quality of life divide, right? So as we are on this journey, what is digital transformation? So the definition of digital transformation happened in the early 2000s, and it was defined as three dimensions. It was about interconnected, a world that is interconnected, a world that is intelligent, and a world that is instrumented. Interconnected is what we've been achieving. Oh, sorry. Thank you. So the interconnected is is about connectivity, and from a telecom perspective, 1G, 2G was all about connecting people across the globe, and that's what was achieved, although with voice as at the middle of it. And then we talk about intelligent. Intelligent is what? Ubiquitous intelligence. Intelligence is embedded, the compute intelligence, which is easily available as a utility, which is embedded in everywhere, right? And that's been the 3G, 4G journey. The 3G, 4G journey has been about the integration of communication and compute and cloudification of the backhaul. So that's what we have achieved. Now, as we move into the 5G, 6G era, it's about instrumentation. And what is instrumentation? Instrumentation is about putting those sensors, about getting the data and being able to manage what we traditionally called the control systems, right? The control systems are getting integrated into ICT, so that remotely you can monitor and control systems, machines, or devices, and all over. And that's what is the challenge of 5G, 6G. 5G, 6G is all about verticals. It's good. So whereas 3G, 4G was about broadband, making data, video, and voice available to everybody, 5G, 6G is going to be about making really the convergence with control systems, entering into all the vertical industries. And I think all of you understand that very well, so I don't need to belabor that point. Okay, and the key role here is going to be IoT M2M. IoT M2M is at the crux of this revolution of 5G, 6G. If we don't succeed in IoT M2M, we will not succeed with this whole 5G, 6G journey. So why are standards important? Okay, standards are really the key to adoption and proliferation of any technology. Going back to our telecom analogies, right? Where it's only when 3GPP happened and the standard, there were multiple standards in telephony. In the line, the wire communication days, every exchange was designed by every country, by Alcatel or Siemens or AT&T. There was nothing about interoperability, right? There wasn't too much of standardization. They were very proprietary boxes, proprietary technologies. Whereas now, with mobile and with the formation of 3GPP, that was when the globe came together, all the players, all the vendors, all the stakeholders, and defined an interoperable technology. And that's what made mobile communication, really there was a exponential growth and exponential reach and penetration all over. Let's look at internet. Why did internet happen? When all the data communication, when I was doing my master's, there were so many data communication technologies. When they all converged, there was this ISO, 7-layer ISO, and there were different manifestations of ISO, right? But when they all converged around TCP/IP and the internet got defined, right, with the IETF coming together, that was a convergence. Similarly, in the compute world, you talk about Linux. In the mobile world, you talk about Android, which are de facto standards, right? And which has caused proliferation and of those technologies, and the ecosystem coming together when there is an open standard. So an open. The other example I really like to give is, especially in this context with 1M2M, is Verilog versus VHDL. Being a hardware engineer, when we started doing hardware description language, Verilog was a proprietary, language. So what happened then was that it became de facto amongst the engineers. And when the VHDL standard was being defined, which was much more global and arduous process, people were not sure that anybody would be interested in it. But when the standard happened, it takes time. It takes time to build a standard. When it happened, it became the de facto in the hardware description languages. So open and globally harmonized standards are the way to enable wide adoption of technology. And that is what 1M2M is trying to do. So TSDSI, as a partner of 1M2M, is enabling this standardization. And for us, CDOT has been the pioneer and the harbinger of penetration into I2M standardization. CDOT, as they claim, with their more than 400 contributions at 1M2M, has today more than 10% of the contributions that have come from here, which is way higher. Whereas as comparison in 3GPP, the contributions from India are maybe at 0.1%, right? And in 1M2M, because we've been there from the beginning, we are at 10%. CDOT has established itself as a global leader in 1M2M. The respect and the impact that they're having, this team of experts that are here in CDOT is very well globally recognized. They're partnering with us in saying that today all TSDSI members are now being made members of 1M2M. Because CDOT is also partnering with us, provide the support that M2M. There are other aspects of standardization happening within TSDSI. There's some security standards, the KYC, which was developed and contributed. Several use cases developed in TSDSI, which then contributed to IT. This case has contributed to 1M2M. Okay, forum where currently CDAC, IT, Bhilai and agriculture. So what's the opportunity for CDAC, I would say? IoT is a real thing. And with CDOT having a style as a global, CDOT able to become number 2 in terms of the number of IM. Okay. So our influence, number of people from TSDSI in the 1M2M has grown exponentially. We are often 50% or more of the people sitting in these meetings today. So framework for smart cities and 1M2M is in the middle of, right? And gone from DOT to housing and so another point that I want to mention, IoT M2M journey in based solution. That's what enabled back 4 years. So on that note, I'd like to say, I heard this is a white and able to bring it appropriately CDOT, the IoT. Thank you.
प्रमोटिंग IoT in India. दूसरे विभिन्न सदस्य प्रौद्योगिकी के में निभा रहे हैं। सदस्य से पहले आपने विशेष कार्य के रूप में भी काम किया। आप पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश LSA मेरठ में सीनियर DDG के रूप में काम कर चुके हैं। के पहले 100G के ट्रांसपोर्ट नेटवर्क के आपने सक्रिय भूमिका निभाई। BSNL के लिए देश में MPLSTP आधारित नेटवर्क की योजना में भी आपने सक्रिय भूमिका रही है। आप CGM NTR BSNL के रूप में रखाव में शामिल रहे। आपने दूसरे के कई की स्थापना रखाव भी उल्लेखनीय योगदान दिया है। यह है कि आप हमारे बीच में से और संबोधन करें।
नमस्कार, respected Telecom and Chairman DCC, Sri K. Rajaraman sir, respected Member Services DCC, Dr. Mahesh Shukla sir, Ms. Pamela, DG TSDSI, EDC dot Sri Padhyaya sir, all the dignitaries present in this conference here and online. I welcome you all for this conference on IoT M2M, on growth of the IoT M2M ecosystem through standardized implementation. I would first like to congratulate and appreciate CDOT, TSDSI and DOT for their effort in organizing this conference. It is a very important conference and very in time, so that we are able to take up this particular task of development of standards for not only develop but use these standards and develop an ecosystem for deployment of M2M services. The government has already recognized the importance of IT related and initiated campaigns for Digital India, Make in India, and the success of this campaign, all these campaigns, will further ride on proliferation of M2M services in India. This is because M2M will increase the connected devices multifold. There are, as of now, number of devices are comparatively less, but as we grow on, probably the number of devices will be in millions and millions. So once those number are deployed, probably it will be required to have a single set of standard. If it is not there, it will be difficult for them to have a discussion, have a dialogue in between them. Adoption of M2M based application in areas like healthcare, teleeducation, smart metering, smart grid, smart building and smart city, etc. have enormous potential to boost the socio-economic development of the country. So favorable policies and standards are one of the key requirements to boost M2M development. People often associate smart deployments with IoT and applications. For the reason, IoT powered real-time monitoring of assets, infrastructure, and flow of people and good is crucial to understanding and improving the services. These not only improve the services, not only improve the timings, but also make it very economical because of their very nature of faster and connected world. There are something which needs to be checked. And success in a smart deployment is built on effective collaboration. So collaboration is the key here, where individually developing IoT devices, and that is fine. People are developing it, deploying it, but there can be a collaboration between the multiple systems which we are deploying. See, for example, in a smart city, when there is a smart pole with multiple, say, meters and smart cameras are there, they can be clubbed together and have a single system so that they can talk to each other. So talking to each other needs a single standard protocol. So that protocol has been developed by CDOT and TSDSI is one M2M. So we have adopted that standard, and I would urge all our startups and all our manufacturers to make their devices compliant to that particular standard, so that it becomes acceptable all over the country. Not only the country, but it is acceptable to all over the world, and probably one can sell it outside and export it when the volume grows. So ecosystem includes smart city will be rooted in connected data communities that enable users to work with diverse people and information irrespective of their organization and IT. For this, stakeholders need integrated and collaborative approach in order to harness the full potential of smart infrastructure. For this deployment of 5G is another very big enabler for deployment of M2M services and IoT devices. The launch of the Smart City mission has not only helped scale up the installation of towers, fibers, and smart poles, but it has also led to uptake the smart application such as Wi-Fi, video surveillance, security, smart mobility, and smart urban infrastructure management. The scaling up of telecom infrastructure along with adoption of smart application has opened up numerous opportunity for all the stakeholders across the telecom value chain. It has been encouraging to see a range of agencies including International Telecom Union, International Standards Organization, UN, and the Smart City Council working to establish a standard common standards and KPIs for smart city development. As we see, smart city is not a one-time job. The smartness will continue to grow with deployment of multiple M2M devices, IoT devices in the city. In India, the rollout, the smart city ecosystem has a long way to go. Even the country has begun 5G rollout. To ensure that each city can leverage the immense benefit of 5G technology, all key stakeholders will have to formulate a collaborative strategy of deployment. We are thankful to CDOT for creating this Center of Excellence, Center of Innovation in IoT, where any of the IoT player can check whether their devices, whether their system are compliant to one M2M standard. And if not, the CDOT is there to help you out. And we are very thankful to CDOT for developing such a ecosystem. I would request all my M2M service providers, all the startups, to have a discussion with CDOT and try to adopt those standards so that it becomes a standardized product. And later on, whenever there is a mass scale deployment, it is probably they'll be able to use it in a proper way. The integrated approach is critical for our smart deployment to successfully manage anticipated role in absorbing population growth, lifting GDP, managing energy and resource consumption, protecting our citizens, and building resilience at all levels across the country. I am pretty sure there will be many takeaways for all the stakeholders. Please get involved in all the conferences, all the discussions here. And CDOT have already also asked some of the vendors to display their products outside in the form of exhibition. I would request everyone to visit that and take their whatever they are doing and give their suggestions also for further improvement. And I wish this two-day global conference a great success. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, sir. अभी कुछ दिन पहले ही क्रिप्टोलॉजी पर वर्कशॉप में हमें मौका मिला था डॉक्टर महेश शुक्ल को सुनने का। आज एक बार फिर हमें ये अवसर मिल रहा है। विशिष्ट संचार सेवा पदक सहित विभिन्न पुरस्कारों से सम्मानित डॉक्टर महेश शुक्ला वर्तमान में सदस्य सेवाएं, डिजिटल संचार आयोग और भारत सरकार के पदेन सचिव के रूप में कार्यरत हैं। उन्होंने देश और विदेश के विभिन्न स्थानों पर सेवा की है। आप घाना यानी अफ्रीका और सऊदी अरब में डेपुटेशन पर काम कर चुके हैं। आपने कॉर्पोरेट प्रबंधन में डॉक्टरेट की डिग्री ली और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और टेलीकॉम में बैचलर्स डिग्री ली। इतना ही नहीं, मार्केटिंग मैनेजमेंट में MBA और मास्टर्स इन सोशल वर्क MSW भी आपने पूरा किया। उल्लेखनीय है कि GMTD श्रीनगर के रूप में आपके कार्यकाल के दौरान अमरनाथ गुफा में जाने वाले तीर्थयात्रियों को पहली बार अम्ब्रेला कवरेज प्रदान की गई थी। आप ही के नेतृत्व में हरियाणा LSA ने धोखाधड़ी वाले सिम उपभोक्ताओं का पता लगाने और ये समस्या दूर करने के लिए आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और फेस रिकॉग्निशन सॉफ्टवेयर का उपयोग करते हुए अस्त्र नामक एक स्वदेशी और अभिनव समाधान तैयार किया। ये भारत में कहीं भी शुरू की गई अपनी तरह की अनूठी पहल है, जहां 100% सिम सब्सक्राइबर का सत्यापन किया जाता है। आप राष्ट्रीय स्तर के निकाय भोपाल मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशन के अध्यक्ष और IETE के फेलो हैं और अन्य विभिन्न निकायों के सदस्य हैं। आप 1983 बैच के ITS ऑफिसर हैं। आप में से शायद बहुत कम लोगों को पता हो कि भारतीय इंजीनियरिंग सेवा के बाद आपने 1986 में सिविल सेवा और 1988 में UPSC की परीक्षा उत्तीर्ण की और दिल्ली पुलिस और भारतीय रक्षा प्रतिष्ठान सेवाओं के लिए आपका चयन हुआ, लेकिन आपने दूरसंचार विभाग में ही बने रहने का फैसला किया। आइए जोरदार तालियों के साथ अभिनंदन करते हैं डॉक्टर महेश शुक्ल का, जो वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग के जरिए हमें संबोधित करेंगे। सर, अनुरोध है कि हमारा मार्गदर्शन करें। डॉक्टर महेश शुक्ल।
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to Chairman, Digital Communication Commission and Secretary Telecom, Sri Sanjeev Agrawal, Member Technology, Department of Telecom, Dr. Rajkumar Upadhyay, Chief Executive Officer of CDOT, Madam Pamela Kumar, Director General, TSDSI, distinguished guests, dignitaries, speakers, ladies and gentlemen, I extend my warm greetings to you and good morning to you once again. I feel greatly honored to be part of this today global M2M and IoT conference that is being organized by CDOT in collaboration with the Department of Telecom, Government of India and the Telecom Standards Development Society of India. And this conference is aptly centered on the growth of IoT and M2M system through standardized implementations. As we all know that as the world gears up to witness an unprecedented technological revolution with the advent of 5G, that would open up plethora of unimaginable and innovative real-time applications which will be powered by IoT, M2M, and artificial intelligence-based services and networks. Therefore, need arises to create a common platform to bring together all the leaders of this rapidly evolving system to deliberate upon various dimensions for having a 360-degree view, including and not limited to network architecture, security, use cases, manufacturing, standardization, and so on. And I'm sure that this conference will surely set the stage for the wider collaboration among both Indian as well as global technology players in this area, which includes R&D, academia, government, global technologies, and standards development organizations. I'm very happy to tell you that on the initiative of Secretary Telecom, we are very soon going to open a IEEE chapter also in DOT, which will also give impetus to our works in this area. We are in touch with them, and very soon this will be open in DOT, and CDOT, naturally, being our part, will also be a partner and a part of that IEEE chapter. I'm also really impressed that with the extent and diversity of the technical sessions in the conference that would talk about the global IoT and M2M standardization initiatives like M2M infrastructure for smart cities, innovative use cases in various verticals like smart living, smart agriculture, automation, security, and other underlying challenges. This conference will also give opportunity for all the participants to benefit from the tremendous knowledge and expertise of our esteemed speakers who have achieved high distinctions in their respective technology domains. I would not take much of your time, but appreciate the CDOT, the Telecom R&D Center of Government of India, who will take you through the initiatives like Center of Innovations to spread the standardization and set up in collaboration with academia, industry, and startups for use of its M2M based common service platforms. Very recently, our Honorable Minister has already inaugurated the Center of Excellence for Innovations and Startups. So all the participants who are there physically will also benefit from them. And with these words, I would like to close my address. Thank you very much.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर आपके इन विचारों के लिए। सभागार में सभी इस बात से सहमत होंगे कि मशीन टू मशीन कम्युनिकेशन और इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स की डिजिटल इंडिया और मेक इन इंडिया जैसे इनिशिएटिव्स को आगे बढ़ाने में बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका है। दूरसंचार विभाग संचार मंत्रालय ने इसके महत्व को समय रहते पर पहचाना और नेशनल टेलीकॉम M2M रोड मैप तैयार किया। और जब पॉलिसी मेकर्स में श्री के राजा रामन जैसे समर्पित व्यक्तित्व हों तो हमारे देश में दूरसंचार का भविष्य उज्जवल होना सुनिश्चित है। तुम सोच रहे हो बस बादल की उड़ानों तक, मेरी तो निगाहें हैं सूरज के ठिकानों तक। सभागार में उपस्थित सभी महानुभावों, अब हम वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग के जरिए मुखातिब हो रहे हैं देश में दूरसंचार को नई दिशा देने वाले दूरदर्शी और ओजपूर्ण व्यक्तित्व के धनी अध्यक्ष डिजिटल संचार आयोग तथा सचिव दूरसंचार श्री के राजा रामन जी। दूरसंचार विभाग के सचिव का पदभार संभालने से पहले आप आर्थिक कार्य विभाग में एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी इन्वेस्टमेंट अफेयर्स थे। आपने दूरसंचार विभाग में सचिव का कार्यभार ऐसे समय में संभाला जब सरकार कर्ज में डूबे दूरसंचार कंपनियों को दूरसंचार सुधारों के माध्यम से संकट से उबारने की कोशिश कर रही थी और आपने सरकार की आकांक्षाओं को पूरी तरह सही किया। Respected sir, kindly oblige us by delivering the keynote address. Shri K. Rajaraman ji.
Thank you, madam. First of all, a very good morning to all of you. I would like to thank C.ED, Dr. Rajkumar, Director, Madam Shika, the TSDSI, Director General, Madam Pamela Kumar, my fellow colleagues, members of Digital Communication Commission and other dignitaries on the dais. First of all, a very warm and happy morning to all of you. So I would like to touch upon a few things which revolve around the macro requirements of our country, I think India. As Mrs. Pamela Kumar also mentioned in the beginning, very important for technology to revolve around national priorities. Technology is, as many students of economics would know, is a factor of production. So like land, labor, capital, technology is the fourth and perhaps a very dominant factor of production as of today. So which means that technology has to be very carefully and effectively deployed for national development, economic development, social development, and so on and so forth. If you look at the national priorities, the most important national priority is to ensure that there is justice for all, which means that we are looking at Antyodaya or reaching out to the last man, last woman in the chain. And I think, in the rural, remote, and the mountainous terrains of our country or the backward pockets of the country. So, which means that this technology, the aspects of this technology which can actually raise the standard of living is something that we must deeply. There have been many applications which are very important. Like for instance, I can tell you that the Government of India is now working on a number of mission mode projects, which include, say, the Jal Jeevan mission. The Jal Jeevan mission aims to reach out water to every household in the country. Similarly, is the case of, say, BharatNet, which aims to reach out internet to every household in this country. So there are many mission mode schemes. I think it would be very difficult for us to run through all those very important schemes. There are many of them. So let us look at how we are able to embed technology in the architecture of these schemes to enable these schemes to efficiently deliver the desired incremental welfare that it desires to transfer to the bottom of the pyramid. So I would request all the service providers here, the technologists and the scientists who have assembled here, to look at this as a very important challenge and an assignment which enables the country to deploy technology gainfully for the benefit of the bottom of the pyramid. So I would therefore feel that maybe if there is, I'm sure that many of your sessions may have, but I would request all of you to look at the technologies you develop, the solutions that you provide through this lens to enable more efficient transfer of resources and benefits to the bottom of the pyramid. The second national goal is obviously to enhance economic development, raise the rate of growth, enable the economy to become more efficient. So these all have been embedded in the recent program launched by the Honorable Prime Minister, that is Gati Shakti. Gati Shakti means for the benefit of the international participants, it means provide the necessary speed in the rate of progress. So which essentially means that we must use these technologies to enhance efficiency, to enhance productivity, and to minimize wastages, and enable all segments of the economy, be it industry or be it small enterprises or say governance, all elements of the economy to function more efficiently and productively. So we have a massive opportunity before us to tap into these national priorities and enable us to provide, adopt these M2M and IoT technologies gainfully for enabling this efficiency. Similarly, if you look at other national goals, obviously, some of the very high-ranking priorities include public safety, public security, and so on and so forth. So I'm sure that the technologies that IoT and M2M provides will definitely have a very great impact on these aspects as well as we roll out more and more use cases. Look at the applications. Many of the speakers before me have mentioned that, and I'm sure that in the course of the next couple of days, you'll be diving deep into many of these applications which can unlock not only the efficiency and productivity gains in the economy, but also can unlock a number of opportunities for employment, gainful employment for our trained and skilled and technically qualified youngsters. So if I may mention some of them, things like say V2X, which is vehicle to anything communication, consumer IoT, including wearables and so on and so forth, fleet management, so that maybe we can launch some kind of programs to enable you to connect to bigger enterprises, which can do the business opportunities. So therefore, I guess there is a case for also a B2B meet, a buyer to buyer meet, where probably M2M service providers can interact very intensively with the buyers of such services, which include large enterprises or other service providers in other sectors, state governments, could be central government ministries and agencies, and so on and so forth. So I would request all the M2M service providers and others to build successful businesses, build new technology solutions, build the new stacks. And let me tell you that one of the big hanging fruits is the opportunity in governance. As I just mentioned, Jal Jeevan Mission is an example. The power sector with the smart metering technologies is another thing. Smart cities are an example. So there are a number of elements within the governance deployment of M2M and the service government departments and agencies. Now, I would also request all the businesses who are part of this conference today to treat CDOT as your home, as your second home. So Dr. Upadhyay and his team of officers have been very, very positive, helpful, and they have built a very strong relationship to further enable more and more of the small business service providers to come on board the C-Dot platform. I would request all of you to contribute collectively in improving the platform, because every use case that you impose on the platform is actually a proof of concept. So I would request you to test the platform to the hilt, and I am sure that the Dr. Upadhyay and his team would be more than willing to actually to support you, help you in further improving the platform and enabling your business to succeed. So therefore, please to, and I would also request C-Dot to set up a consortium, a separate consortium for M2M, and they've already launched a startup center and incubation center. Some of you who are interested may also visit it during the course of the day and also find out if, how you can benefit from that. So I would say that we would want all of you to build up excellent and sound businesses which actually contribute to the national well-being. Now, let me also say that we have the Universal Services Obligation Fund has launched a technology development fund, which provides an opportunity for you to design and build new products. So therefore, if there are some of you who have the heart to actually to build devices and solutions within India, feel free to apply to the Universal Service Obligation Fund. The only catch here is that it has to have very strong rural application. I would end with a few requests. I mean, before I start my requests, I feel that the more the IoT devices that come into our system, I mean, obviously everybody knows that it actually raises the vulnerability of the entire telecom network, as well as probably the end users networks as well. So which means that cyber security is a very, very important element in this whole narrative of proliferation of IoT and M2M technologies. So I would request the here, I think maybe actually for the consortia, I mean, some of it which look at, maybe one of it which can look at cyber security related solutions for IoT as well to enable. And I would like to say that TEC, I'm sure that Mr. Mehrauli would like to, I mean, very important. Trust is built up over through a proper process or a proper so I would request to and this opportunity, and towards the middle of this year we should have the registry and the for use in all the providers. I will end by in India is scheme and design in India. I would request all the service providers for participation use this the products out of maybe India. We would also be very happy. I would also be requesting TCIL, which is one of our PSUs, to actually work actually launch this and IoT research. I would also entreat and exhort all the participants here, be it academic institutions or service providers or technologists and buyers of M2M IoT technology like smart cities, etc., to collaborate with each other, Please collaborate with Indian companies, collaborate with the technology companies, collaborate with institutions. Let us together to enhance the quality of the ecosystem, enabling us to roll out better products with every passing year. I would also end by saying that we must also launch a few state-level workshops, governments and agencies, to enable them to understand and deploy the state governments. With these few words, officers and the participants, it's very exciting to be part of this conference. I was running through the schedule of the conference, and I think it's been very well planned, and I am sure that it's going to be highly productive 2 days for all of you. Please do. I would also entreat you to bring out a compendium of all those papers and presentations made, both in an online version and share it with all the participants going forward. Thank you all, and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for showing your faith on C.Dot always and inspiring and motivating us to work untiringly towards our commitments. Thank you very much, sir. तो ये हमारा इनॉग्रल सेशन समापन की तरफ बढ़ रहा है, लेकिन मैं सीईओ सेंटर फॉर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ टेलीमैटिक्स डॉक्टर राजकुमार उपाध्याय से अनुरोध करूंगी कि हमारे आज के जो अतिथि हैं उनको एक टोकन ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड के तौर पर एक मेमेंटो प्रदान करें। श्री संजीव अग्रवाल, मेंबर टेक्नोलॉजी। Thank you very much, sir. Miss Pamela Kumar, DG, TSDSI. Thank you, ma'am. निदेशक C.Dot डॉक्टर पंकज कुमार दलेला को आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी कि आप आएं और इनॉग्रल सेशन का समापन कर फॉर्मल वोट ऑफ थैंक्स दें। डॉक्टर पंकज दलेला।
श्री के राजारमन, चेयरमैन DCC, सेक्रेटरी टेलीकॉम। श्री संजीव अग्रवाल जी, मेंबर टेक्नोलॉजी DOT। डॉक्टर महेश शुक्ला, मेंबर सर्विसेज DOT। CEO C.Dot डॉक्टर राजकुमार उपाध्याय। DG TSDSI Madam Pamela Kumar ji, my colleague Sikha, Daniel, fellow C.Dotians in Delhi and Bangalore, friends from industries, academia, DOT officers, CMD TCIL, Sanjeev Kumar ji, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. First of all, I would like to thank CEO C.Dot for giving the initiative which C.Dot has taken in various initiatives for COI as well as CCRP policies and towards this how we are interacting with different industries and this. So this industry and academia and this startups can use this CCS platform for that. So thank you very much, sir. Then my colleague Sikha Srivastava, she have clearly explained the ecosystem of M2M. One M2M, and she has explained the use cases and how these different people are collaborating and the COI importance. So thank you very much, Sikha. And then member technology, Pamela Kumar madam, she has explained the role of TSDSI and contributions of C.Dot. She has clearly explained that more than 10% of international contributions of 1M2M is from C.Dot side, while in case of 3GPP, it is less than 0.1%. So that shows our commitment in participation of standards. And now with this COI and this CCRP and with this conference, what we are thinking that all players are here, so we can take off this momentum to spread for Atmanirbhar Bharat. and this for Make in India policy. So member technology, sir, Sanjeev Agrawal ji has emphasized on collaboration in the umbrella of right government policies. So he clearly said that with the right policies, collaboration is the key for success of Atmanirbhar Bharat and for this one M2M penetration across the India. Thank you very much, sir. Member services, Dr. Mahesh Shukla has emphasized different verticals for one M2M, and he says that with the coming 5G, how this ecosystem is evolving. He has clearly emphasized the security, and he emphasized for coming together all Indians and global players for in all technology inclusive for upliftment of our own country. And also he emphasized for export to foreign countries. Then our mentor and chairman, sir, secretary, sir, K. Rajaman, sir, has emphasized to reach with the technology to the last man of the society, common man. And he summarizes the thing very nicely by saying that this can be enabler for Gati Sakti, and how we can use this for different cases, and how these players can come together, and how India can be global player in this set. And he also announced that DOT is going to start IEEE chapter on this, and there should be annual conference for this such type of event. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind guidance. And I would also like to thank all participants here from industries, academia, startups, and our own friends, CDOTs and all. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू वेरी मच डॉक्टर पंकज दलेला। आप सभी का इनॉग्रल सेशन को सफल बनाने के लिए हार्दिक आभार है। हमारे गेस्ट स्पीकर्स, एग्जिबिटर्स, डेलीगेट्स के लिए चाय का प्रबंध फर्स्ट फ्लोर में जिम्नेजियम एरिया में किया गया है। और फेलो सीडॉटियंस, आप अपने रिस्पेक्टिव ब्लॉक्स में जाएं। और टेक्निकल सेशन पहला जो है वो ठीक 30 मिनट के टी ब्रेक के बाद शुरू होगा, तो आप सभी लोग दोबारा आमंत्रित हैं। और चाय से पहले आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि एग्जीबिशन एरिया में जो स्टॉल्स लगे हैं उनको जरूर देखें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार। बजे शुरू करेंगे? टाइम क्या हुआ अभी? अगला सेशन ठीक 11:30 बजे शुरू करेंगे। 11:30 विल स्टार्ट द फर्स्ट टेक्निकल सेशन। थैंक यू वेरी मच।